So, 2 days ago, I picked up a hitchhiker in the middle of the woods with no weapon to defend myself. From the outside looking in, very, very stupid thing to do. I understand that. I was driving down the road, going to Orlando, using the back roads from my hometown after visiting my family for the weekend, and I saw this dude hitchhiking. And as I passed him, dude looked so distraught. He was like a youngish looking dude, shirtless with a bathing suit on, and there was just something about him where it was like this guy's not a normal hitchhiker. He doesn't hitchhike a lot. He looks like he needs help, right? And it's like, well, I'm in the middle of the woods. I have a no weapon. I'm in a rental car. I have no way to defend myself. Whatever. Keep driving down the road. But the more that I drove, there wasn't anything in the woods at all. It was just woods. It's super hot outside. It's like, man, this guy's gonna be walking for a while in this heat. That sucks. I'm about 4 miles away from him from the last time I saw him, and it's like I put myself in his shoes. I'm like, man, if I really needed help, I'd be praying to God to send someone to help me out, right? And then it clicked, and it's like, wait, what if God sent me to help this guy out? What if this guy's in a tough pickle and I'm the guy who can turn around and make his 7 hour walk like a little 15 or 20-minute drive? And it's, that doubt creeps in, the natural instinct to say, well, I'm in the middle of the woods without a weapon. I don't know if that's a smart thing to do, creeps in. But for some reason, I said, you know what? It's time to put my faith into practice and actually, practice what I preach. Because I will say this, man. Growing up, hearing the story of the Good Samaritan, where this guy's walking down the road, he gets robbed and beaten to almost death, and he's just laying there needing help. And religious leaders walk by him, doesn't help him. Other people from his, country walk by, they don't do anything. But then this Samaritan, and the Samaritans and this guy, his country used to beef all the time. They don't like each other. Well, the Samaritan is the one that stops and helps him out. And I always read that story going, how can these religious leaders just walk by him? How can these people from his country just walk by him? I would be a good Samaritan. But guess what? As I grew up, I had opportunities to help people, and I came up with millions of excuses as to why I don't need to help them. I just kept going about my life, whatever. And lately, it's like, I'm not living a life that's selfless. I'm not living a life that Jesus, commands us to live, which is a life of servanthood and all that stuff. And so I'm saying this story to tell you guys, like, I'm not trying to boast and everything. It's just like, it's pretty shameful actually that it took me this long to really have an experience similar to this, where it's like, man, I need to live a life that's selfless. I kind of forget where I was in the story. I turn around, right? I turn around. I'm kind of freaked out. I'm trying to call people to tell them, hey, I'm about to pick up a hitchhiker. No one answers their phone. And so it's like, oh, okay. This is really going to be some blind faith. Let's see what happens. I drive by him again. He's like this, like really just begging. Like, so I get up next to him. I roll down my window, like, what's up, bro? And he's trying to tell me a story about like how, dude, I'm just trying to get to my truck. Like my boat started sinking. The cops got it now. I just need to get to my truck so I can go pick up my boat. And it's like, all right, bro, well, get in, And he's like, man, I'll pay you money. I'll do, I'll pay you money, man. Like, it's like, dude, don't worry about it. Like, where are you trying to go? And it's like 2 miles out of my way. It's 7 miles total, 5 miles down the road that I was going already, and then it's like a little 2 mile turn. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's easy. Come on, get in. And so he's in the truck and he's telling me about how, he's 21 years old. He has a nice truck. He's lived by himself for like 3 years now. Nice truck, nice boat. And he has these group of people that he's been hanging out with recently. And these guys have been kind of screwing him over because they're supposed to be just a few people on his boat today. Well, 15 people more. They keep inviting others and others. 15 people show up, get on his boat that fits six. It starts sinking. There's alcohol involved, all this stuff. The boat or the police come in a boat. They get all the people out. They take the boat away, and they leave this guy. All his friends leave him. And so it's like, man, you need to make sure your circle's small first off, and then use the opportunity to just be like, well, to be honest, dude, I went to church today, and that's probably the biggest reason I turned around, dude, is because I wanna actually like kind of practice what I preach, like I'm saying now. And the dude, he's a believer, which is cool. We talked about his church they went to growing up and all this sort of stuff. And by the end of it, man, he gave me $40. I told him I don't need no money. Well, he kind of refused and was like, "I'm giving you money, $40 to fill up my tank," which is awesome. He got my number. He said, next time you're in Florida, let's hop on the boat, man. I'll take you for a boat ride. We can go tubing or whatever. Well, today he texted me out of the blue again. It's been a few days. He texted me and just said, "Man, I do really appreciate again you picking me up, and that offer still stands for real. Like I wasn't just saying that." And just super nice of him, man. And once again, I'm saying all this to explain like that was probably one of the better feelings I've ever felt in my life because it's like, holy crap, this dude would have been walking for hours. He was probably really, really, really just praying, begging for help, and to be able to step him at that plate, even though there is obviously a big risk to it, and obviously it's not like the smartest thing to do in the world. The fact that I felt a true calling to help this guy out, and the fact that I finally like grew some balls and did it, it has changed my perspective in terms of like how I want to live life, what it means to live life for God, to live a Christ-like life. It's not about gathering all your money and going on mission trips and donating to charities and all that sort of stuff. Like all that stuff's good if that's what you're called to do, like awesome stuff. But I think living for Christ is also just whenever stuff pops up, even if it might be a little inconvenient for you, if you can make someone else's life feel easier, because we all go through struggles, and when someone reaches out their hand to help you lift yourself back up, it's awesome. But when you're the one who has the ability and the opportunity to reach your hand out and help someone else help, and you actually do it, holy crap, dude. You're just being a vessel for God, and it's really cool, man. And I've lived this very selfish life. And it's like going forward, I want to make sure that I'm listening for those calls, I'm looking for those opportunities, and I'm stepping up when my number is called. And that's really it, man. That's what the experience taught me. I'm not going to be going out and picking up a ton of hitchhikers or anything, but cool experience. Again, pretty stupid, but you know, it was pretty stupid to do, but it all worked out. And maybe I made a new friend in the process. So hope you guys enjoyed. I don't think I'm gonna finish up this game with y'all. We'll end it there. We're actually just gonna forfeit and give this guy a win. We'll be nice. But that's all I got for you guys. I'm glad to be back, and I'll see you guys on the next one.